Hey there, hi there, and welcome to my tarot reading class. This background you see is just something I created. This is like a little poem that I just came up with. So I'll read it to you really quickly. She thought, and the world ended. She knew, and the world began. All right. Sometimes I just have these like random little like thoughts or ideas that just pop in my head. Um, so that's where that just stems from and comes from. But, anyways, moving on. So I thought we could start with a really cool deck that I have, and this is the Phantom Tarot deck, the Phantom Wise Tarot deck. All right, so I got this for Christmas from my older sister. So I thought we could start with this, and it's like a dream take on the world of Alice in Wonderland. I also have the Alice in Wonderland deck, or like a version of the Alice in Wonderland deck. So starting off, we have the Lovers card. So let's talk about this card, okay? A lot of people watch tarot videos or read tarot cards so they can gain more understanding and insight onto their love life. So let's talk about that first. That could be like part one, love life. So, so the Lovers card, okay? So take a look at this card. What is like the first thoughts and feelings that you get when you see this card? Okay, write it down, talk about it, make some mental notes on it. Um, the first thing I think of is a young couple, kind of look like children. You can't really see their facial features yet, but also they kind of look like they could be older as well, adults probably as well. So it's a little bit like in between the child and the adult stage. And in very much dreams, when we dream about loved ones, either we're remembering childhood loves that have now grown up, or we're remembering ourselves as children and what it meant to be in love and what love represents to us. Usually, as children, love represents to us that feeling of safety and security. Um, and then also you have what dreams represent to you, like now, what love represents to you now. So you might see adults and doing adult activities. So it depends. What I mean by adult activities, I mean 18 and older consensual adults, which is not always the case, but hopefully we're leaning toward that. Anyways, that goal there. But if you're somebody who is one of those people that really like dreams about love and its representation in society and in relationships and what that means, and you dream about that quite often, that's a very strong indicator that, like, when you pull this card in a reading, the Lovers card, you're immediately going to think about a romantic relationship of some sort and what that relationship means for these two individuals. You have like the traditional sense, right? The Adam and Eve sense, but it could be two women, it could be two men. Nowadays, you don't know, but it's best to not really. You don't have to really like identify what their sexual orientation is, but you just have to identify like what their meaning is. Like they're holding hands or sitting on a swing together, staring up at the stars together. That just shows like they're committed to like dreaming together and sharing their dreams with one another. And this is just like a very beautiful representation of that. So it's very possible that you and your partner are dreaming of each other, and you're sharing your dream worlds with each other, and you're sharing in that like synchronicity, of just being together, sleeping in the same environment, synchronizing your dream cycles, your sleep time. So a lot going on there. Okay, now let's look at a more like, I guess, a random card, right? Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles, okay? So you have the number 4 and you have Pentacles. So this is where the significance comes from, is the number and then the suit. So you have 4, which is the number, and then you have Pentacles, and that's the suit. So that being said, you have like the Four of Pentacles here, and this is like a person sitting with their coins in the lap and foot on one in the arm, and then one on the head. Okay, So I think of like a soldier, or like somebody who is very like military like, or very like schedule-y, like follows the same pattern day after day, no big surprise there. um somebody who is very what's the word I'm looking for? Like routine. Someone who follows a very strict routine. Okay. So, that being said, like, I think that this individual is someone who also keeps their money into like a very tight like regimen. Like, it's like this money goes here, this money goes there, this money goes here, and this money goes there, and there's no like if, ands, or buts about it. It's just like this is very strict, very straightforward, to the point. And there's somebody who like no gain, no reward. You know what I'm saying? Like no reward, no gain, or something like that. So like if they don't see that there's like an end game to it or a goal to it, then they're not going to do it. But if they follow this routine every single day, they're going to anticipate they're going to reach the same goals every single day. So that's kind of where that's coming from, I think. Then we have the Hanged Man, a very interesting card, the Hanged Man. Sometimes I can see this, depending on the energies that I'm picking up on. The Hangman in this case looks like a magician doing like a trick, right? So on a stage or something like that, right? So like you think immediately like the Hangman can get out of this whenever it wants, like kind of like a Houdini type, like that Houdini song by Dua Lipa, right? Where she's like, I'm gonna just Houdini my way out of this anytime I feel like, right? So I feel like that's the energy. So that being said, with the Hanged Man card here, okay? So I think that with that's the other thing about reading tarot cards is the energies. So in this case, when I pick up this energy, I think that this is someone who knows a lot of tricks of the trade. There's someone who is like an opposing the like routine regimen style way of thinking of logic. Okay, they're very like opposite that. It's not so much about the routine, even though technically the magician does do a routine, but this is not the routine card. This is the Hangman card. So this is like the magician almost in reverse. I don't know why I'm getting that, but like it's the Hangman, but they look like a magician, they act like a magician, but they're all like tricks. There's no like security with this one. I feel like they're able to get out of their own way whenever they want to, but I feel like they're always stuck. This person is always stuck. They're never getting out. Like they're never changing. I don't know. Somebody representing someone in your life that just never wants to change or doesn't change. And even though the light is illuminating them and putting the spotlight on them, saying like you can get out of this anytime you want, you have the skills and the ability to do so, very similar to the magician. You, unlike the magician who actually uses their creative arts to work out challenges and problems, and overcome obstacles, the Hangman just doesn't really do that, I don't think. That's kind of the energy I'm getting on that one. Now we have one of my least favorite cards, the Five of Pentacles. This is like one of my least favorite cards because it's such a sad picture. It's such a sad day. It's such a sad moment in time and in history when you're out in the cold alone with your little pet and you have nowhere to go, and you can see inside the church here and the church lights here that there's money in there, there's safety in there, there's security in there, warmth even, but she's not in there, is she? She's outside. So immediately I think like this woman has been, taken advantage of. She's been left in a vulnerable place. Her survival is in question. And that can be a form if you're following the storyline here of the cards. We started out with the Lovers, right? We started out with this beautiful couple that was sitting on a swing together, have lots of hopes and goals and big dreams and aspirations. And then we got this money-oriented, soldier-like, routine-like person energy interfering. And then we get the Hangman energy, which is not very an energy that's very assertive, or an energy that's trying to block the routine very military, no emotion, no feeling, no regard for anyone else but themselves type energy. And then we get the hangman that's just not going, just hanging out, not really concerned, doesn't really give a hoot. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. So it's almost like the couple went through like some kind of breakup or something, some kind of negative altercation where the lovers were left in ruin, where the female was left in ruin, that is. This isn't necessarily like the woman ended up being homeless, but it could very well be. So let's see what happens next. So it looks like the Queen of Pentacles comes in to save the day. All right, so another female energy, a more mature, divine feminine female energy comes in to save the day. She's very wistful personality. She, is a very beautiful energy here, and she has wealth. And she knows how to distribute it fairly, and that's what makes her a queen. So when she sees another female here, like the Five of Pentacles, the female in the picture there, struggling out in the cold, what does she do? But the ships come in, right? The energy, or I'm not sure what's going on there. It looks kind of like swirly snow in the background a little bit. So maybe she's coming in to save this girl from being out in the streets because she trusted the wrong man with her heart. Okay. And then, yeah, so she definitely did trust the wrong man with her heart. So that's why you have the Three of Swords here stabbing the heart here. So it's a very obvious to me that given the cards that have shown up here in this little story we got going on here, that there was two lovers. There was a man and a woman that were lovers or partners, whatever. And then this third party, very like strict, like a conformist in like the worst possible way, came in and disrupted the energy flow of the lovers. And then the man was like reverted into like that hangman status where he's just like, oh, I could care less. I don't care. I know this energy's caused me to ruin this relationship, but I'm not going to address it. I'm just going to do whatever I want. I'm going to just stay stuck in this energy and not even try to work out my problems. And then this resulted in the girl fleeing, the magician not making the hangman trying to be a magician, but he's not. So he ended up in not a lot of money, not a very good artist. And then she ends up going out on the streets because she has nowhere else to turn to. Then we have this Queen of Pentacles offering her like money and advice, maybe telling her, like, this is a way you could earn money. And she needs to know that the reason why this has all happened is because of this heartbreak, is because of this betrayal. With the Three of Swords, this is always a card of stabbing someone in the heart, breaking up with them, breaking their heart, breaking that trust, breaking that bond. The number 3 is always like, it's usually there's like a couple and then a third person comes in and breaks up the couple. Either the man, cheats on the girl, the girl cheats on the dude, or maybe there's no cheating. Maybe it's just there's this energy that's trying to block them from being together and doesn't support this union. And I feel like there's a lot of these energies with this Lovers card, especially when the Lovers card is so dominant and so like power couple driven that they want to like put on a force for good. They want to like work through everything together. They want to be soulmates. Like the Lovers card is very symbolic to that. However, there are other energies that come in and want to disrupt that. So let's see where this goes. Let's see where this takes us. All right. So what happens next? Okay, so the 10 of Pentacles, okay? So moving into the future here, moving out of this past breakup, or even if this just recently happened to you, if you need advice on moving forward, here it is, okay? Build your home. Build it and they will come, right? Like that story. So again, this is all about you creating a better structure for yourself. a home for yourself, a place of security for yourself, a place where you can go, a safe haven. You have your two protective dogs here, two guard dogs here. Remember in the beginning, the Five of Pentacles, she was alone outside the church with the pentacles and the one little puppy. Now look at her. She's the Queen of Pentacles. You are the Queen of Pentacles. That's the answer right there. You grew up. You aren't this little girl anymore that was out left in the cold anymore, wandering from this past hurtful breakup. Okay, this might be literal for some people, because some people do get kicked out of their places literally when they're going through a breakup, and they do end up homeless. Literally, that is something that happens in this shitty society we live in. But it's also can be a metaphor for how you felt during the breakup. And most of the time we do feel this way because we do not live with the people we break up with, do we? We break up with them and we move out, right? So both literally and metaphorically. That's the beauty of tarot, okay? So with this Ten of Pentacles, you are the Queen of Pentacles. The reason you're the Queen of Pentacles is because you built this castle for yourself. Either older female took you under her wing, let you live in her home, helped you, take care of you, showed you strength, showed you the power of endurance, showed you the power of persuasion. Or this could be I mean, we all have teachers, right? We all learn from someone, right? We don't just information. For some of us, we're gifted with things. Other times we need help. We'll need a little help, right? So you are the Queen of Pentacles now. Think of yourself as that. You're not this little girl anymore who's lost out wandering the cold. Now you've moved into your castle. Now you have your guard dogs protecting you. Now you have your safety. Now you have your security. Okay? These might not be like literal dogs, or literal pets. For some it could be, especially a lot of people have pets. For others, it could mean something else. It could be your spirit guide, your spirit animal, your familiars. Whatever the case is, you're protected now. You live in a castle now. No one can break down these walls. They can try to create war, they can try to battle you, but you are a queen now, a queen who knows how to make her own money, who knows how to make her own wealth. Okay, beautiful energy. Okay, so my advice moving forward is this: the Eight of Wands. Okay, these are messages coming in for you. Wise, intelligent, smart, beautiful messages that are meant for you to receive. Okay, these come from your soul tribe, your soul family. This can come from other wise people who like tarot cards like you. But it's mostly about you opening yourself up to receiving those messages from the universe that are happening right as we speak, that are lining up so you can receive them in the exact time and place that you're supposed to. And the number 8 signifies to me the sign infinity. So I think these messages are going to be coming in forever and ever and ever, okay? As long as you open yourself up to that. And these aren't swords. So if this was like the 8 of Swords, I would say be cautious. There could be negative people coming in to give you negative advice or negative messages and trying to wreak havoc on your Ten of Pentacles castle there. But no, I see this as you've already built up those walls of safety and security. So now you're actually focusing on this Eight of Wands. Now you're actually opened yourself up to this new possibility with the Eight of Wands. Okay. And then I have yeah. Okay, so there's 3 more cards I want to show you. So for future reference, the Five of Wands, okay? You can see here there's like 2 boys, right, and a girl, and they're hitting a piñata. So I think for you, that in some perfect universe, in some perfect world, everyone is playing with sticks, being little kids, hitting this piñata, and having a good time, right? Celebrating a birthday or a party or a celebration, right? Just being fun and joyful and happy. Now, it's not always the case because, that's not always the case. Sometimes, someone gets hurt or someone gets let down or whatever. But I don't think that's the case here. I think that these 3 individual children here are somehow connected somehow. So maybe triplets, like twins and a sister, triplets possibly. And then like the black cat, I think is very symbolic, in fact, to their idea of a fun time is hitting a cat. So be careful, okay? Because when you think about it, celebrating is different for everyone, okay? And the Wheel of Fortune, okay, and the Emperor, okay. So the Emperor here, he's sitting on his throne. He's got this like little goatee. He's got like this like magical fire thing going, and this like wand like staff thing here, or whatever. So remember, you went through a past relationship with the Lover's card that ended badly because somebody was letting others influence their decisions, right? The guy or whatever was letting his he wasn't trusting his judgment. He was trusting the judgment of another, like more like military-ish, like stricter. Think of like a drill sergeant type energy, right? Which who wants that, right? In a relationship? Not me, huh? Boring. Blech, gross. Okay, so anyways, so the Emperor is a military person, right? So be cautious of this energy, because I know that in certain cases, the Emperor and the Empress together it could be a very well balanced, unified relationship. They both see each other for their like higher selves or higher powers. They both, like, she sees him as an emperor, he sees her as an empress. I only see the Emperor here. So be cautious moving forward, because if there is some man that comes into your life that has that Emperor energy towards, like, energy is giving off towards you, don't stay away from that energy. I don't think that's a wise decision at this time. Okay. And you're probably not ready for a new relationship anyway, given you just went through a really bad breakup. Okay. So that being said, the Wheel of Fortune is that type of energy that's always spinning, always going around. But I think that there's a level of understanding here, deeper, more understanding here of how you can build fortune for yourself. You became the queen. You were the Five of Pentacles. Then you became the Queen of Pentacles, and then you got your Ten of Pentacles castle. So don't forget that. Don't lose hope that you can create your own fortune here. Okay, that's what I have for you. Thanks for watching. Love and light always. Bye.